Keanu Reeves wrote a comic book? Is it any good? Well, let me tell you all about it. This is Brzrkr. It was written by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kent. The art was done by Ron Garney and colorist Bill Crabtree, and there has already been two more one-off issues released, and Keanu Reeves has already announced more comic books, a feature-length film, and even an anime series all centered around this world. So right now is a great time to get invested in the story and in this character. And what better place to start than the original 12-issue run that released in March of 2021. This story follows a man named B, who has been alive for thousands of years because he is immortal. B is strongly compelled to violence and has super violent outbursts, even though he may not always want to. But after thousands of years of roaming the earth, B has found an outlet for his violent ways, which is working for the US government, who uses him as an ultimate weapon of war to carry out missions that no one else wants to. But in exchange for his services, he asks them to help him. You see, B doesn't know much about where he came from and is constantly asking himself what his purpose is, because for a long time, he has just thought of himself as a killing machine. I loved the story in this book. What I liked the most were all the different ways that we get to know B as a person. When we first get introduced to him, we meet him in the present day while he's working for the US government, and we see him going on missions and fighting with other soldiers, and he gets pretty close to one of his commanders in the military, and they have a lot of conversations, notably about what it's like to fight for other people, because since B has been alive for such a long time, he's fought for all kinds of kings and rulers and things like that, and they also just talk about fighting in general, and especially how people perceive him as just some killer. While he's also working for the military, he also has these daily checkups with this sort of psychologist slash doctor and scientist who is trying to help him remember things about his past that he's forgotten. And through these conversations, we get a bunch of flashbacks and we get to see how he was brought into the world, why he was brought into the world. We get to meet his parents and see his early life and childhood, and we get to see his origin, and it's really cool to see. Now, the art for me in this book was really good. I especially liked all of the fight scenes. There's a lot of big fight scenes where B will be fighting multiple people at the same time, but you don't get lost in it. You don't get lost in all of the violence. It's really easy to follow, and there is a lot of it. There'll be times where, besides a couple of word bubbles, there'll be a two-page spread where every single panel is B killing someone in a different way, whether he's shooting them in the chest or just punching right through their face. But it's not all blood and guts. There's also some really heartfelt moments when he's talking to his psychologist or talking to his friend, and there's a lot of emotion and expression in the faces, which I really liked. Something else that I thought was really cool was, since he's lived for such a long time, he has either fought for kings in Europe or he's fought under some dynasty in Asia, and it's really cool to see how those different eras are drawn in this art style. So overall, I really liked this story, and I'm really glad that I bought this first trade paperback when I was browsing the shelves of the comic shop. And if you want to read this story too, this is the best way to do it right now, is to buy these 3 trade paperbacks that collect 4 issues each and that collect all 12 of the original issues. I'm really excited to see what else they do with this character, and I really hope that you give this series a read. And I also hope that you enjoyed the video. Bye!